Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at thedove.us. Well, welcome back. As you know, Oregon's primary is May 20th coming up. Oregon is vote by mail, and today is the last day to register to vote. Now, if you haven't registered to vote, I'm going to come to your house and make you register to vote. If you change your name or you change your address, you got to re-register. And today's the last day to do that if you are going to vote in the upcoming primary. Well, we have a race going on the Republican nomination side for the U.S. Senate. We have 5 candidates now running for that nomination to run up against Jeff Merkley. And one of the candidates is Rae Perkins. I had the opportunity to host the forum that we had here several weeks ago in Medford, and it was great to meet Rae for the first time. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Perry. How are you?
Fine. Nice to have you with us. Give us a little bit of a background on why you're doing this.
Well, Perry, this is a calling that was placed on my heart to do. I feel very strongly that this is what the purpose of my life right now. So when I travel around the state and I see what I'm seeing, and I see how far we've gotten away from our Constitution and the real freedom that this country was founded on, it breaks my heart. It really does. So my goal is, when I'm back in Washington, D.C., is to help get us back to what the role of our federal government is according to the Constitution, and to be a voice of truth and honesty, not a voice that is a sellout.
Yeah. Your background, you're in financial planning, right?
Well, that's what I did. Because I knew that I was going to be in this election, I let all my licenses go. I had the option to go to work for a brokerage firm, to keep all of my investment licenses, or let them go. And to get somebody that was going to hire me, knowing that I was going to be leaving within a year, the likelihood was very slim. And plus, I was in school full time, so I laid it all on the line. Well,
I want to commend you. Listen, anybody that runs for public office, I have great regard. And you are learning how big this state is, how vast Eastern Oregon is, how crowded Northern Oregon is, and you're beginning to sense and feel what's going on. I think a lot of people, Rae, really feel your concern and your passion that something has happened to our dear country that we can't allow to go any further. Where are you on some of the key issues? Let's start with... as you know, we are just spending more than we're taking in. As an economist yourself, where do you think we ought to go with all of this debt and everything else that's going on?
Well, I don't want to be Debbie Downer. The country is mathematically bankrupt. We clearly have way too much debt. We need to, number one, get back to what the role of the federal government is according to the Constitution. There's 18 specific items listed, areas listed. We've got to stop. The government's got to stop spending. The people have got to stop expecting the government's going to be there to pay for everything. So examples, the federal government gives out money, $1 million to study romance novels. Well, in their attitude, they go, well, it's only $1 million. And in my attitude, that's more debt on my grandchildren and my great-great-grandchildren.
Right.
So get back to what the job of the federal government is, which is to manage the affairs of the country, protect our borders, enter into agreements with foreign nations that are not selling us out for what our freedoms and our liberties are that are listed in our Constitution.
Let me ask you a couple of hot points here. Obamacare, do you want to repeal it?
I want to repeal Obamacare and return it back to the private sector, not replace. It is not the job of the federal government to provide health insurance for everybody. So should the insurance industry come up with better plans? Of course they should. But we also need to have this be a market-driven sector of the economy. If you have a plan that covers absolutely everything, you're going to go to the doctor for everything that you could take care of at home. And what ends up happening is you flood the system and costs increase. It's just the simple basics economics of supply and demand. So when we get good.
Let me scoot along here. Yesterday, or actually a couple of days ago, but it was come to light yesterday, Secretary of State John Kerry said that Israel is borderline becoming an apartheid state. Now, it's an incredible statement, and we see now Senator Ted Cruz calling for his resignation for such a statement. What is your belief that the United States' role should be in its relationship to Israel?
Israel is Israel's our one true, I'm sorry, I'm starting to tear up here. Israel's our one true ally in the Middle East. And the people that are citizens have all the full rights of citizenship in Israel. And to call Israel an apartheid state, I think of what the scripture says, where it says that Israel will become a millstone around the neck of the world, of all the nations of the world. And to see that actually coming out of the mouths of our political leaders, and I would agree that Kerry needs to resign. He won't, but he's wrong.
Yeah, I share your feelings. Immigration, hot topic. What's your 2-second take on immigration?
Man, okay. First, I'm going to give the hard truth, because that's how I am. I give the hard facts of what's really going on out there. In a nutshell, when Clinton signed the NAFTA agreement, it opened up the doors for the North American Union. The ultimate goal of the globalist society is that Canada, the United States, and Mexico, and then beyond Mexico down into South America, and then eventually, Central and South America, is that we have totally open borders, just like they do in Europe. So when they say, we need to protect the borders, the government has no intention of doing that as long as we keep the same people in place that are there. As far as immigration reform goes, we have got, I do not believe in amnesty. People, if they're not here legally, they need to return to their home country and then reapply to come back in this country. My idea, and it's on my website, perkinsforussenate.com. If people go to the Q&A page and click on immigration, they'll see the whole write-up on what one of my ideas is. And basically it's if INS picks you up, you are going to be returned back to your country. You want to come back, you've got to get back in line. You can never get citizenship in this country. You can be a permanent resident. For those people that go, okay, I want to become a citizen, freely go back without the INS picking you up, get back in line, and then you can apply to come back in and then eventually gain citizenship.
Okay. Before I run out of time, let me ask you on a couple of the social issues that are hot button. Where are you on the abortion issue?
I am 100% pro-life. In fact, Perry, I am the only candidate who has stated that as soon as I am in Washington, D.C., I will begin writing a bill to overturn the U.S. Supreme Court decision 1973 of Doe versus Bolton. Doe v. Bolton is what legalized late/full-term abortions. Washington, D.C., along with 9 other states, of which Oregon is one of them, allows for this heinous crime. And in Oregon, you can have an abortion up until the moment you give birth to that baby.
Right. Yeah, there's no restrictions in the state of Oregon. Well, traditional marriage is under attack today. We're seeing it all level. Where are you with that?
Marriage is between a man and a woman. God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Just look at the biologically, the way that God designed us. It was for a man and a woman to come together as one and to create new life. So, I mean, people that do not believe as I believe are not going to see how I see. My heart breaks for people that are caught up for whatever variety of reasons in a homosexual lifestyle. But this marriage is a religious institution ordained by God, not by the government. I had a conversation with my pastor, and he said, look, if a gay couple wants to get married, because I really don't care, that's their business, and he's right. He said the concern is, and I will agree with my pastor on this, is that we don't want to have somebody coming to our fellowship and demanding that our pastor or one of our pastors marry a same-sex couple. And if not, sue them like they did Melissa Sweetcakes up in the Portland market. And we see that coming down the line. Mm-hmm. So,
okay, let me just say to our viewers and listeners, if you want to correspond with Jo Rae, first of all, her website is where?
Perkins, F-O-R, USSenate.com.
Okay. Perkins, number 4, US...
No, not number 4.
Oh, that's Twitter. I'm sorry. I got it mixed up. Okay. Perkins4USSenate.com. All right. Now, Jo Rae, I'm going to give you about a minute or so here. Just tell us your passion for what you want to do as a senator.
What I want to do as a senator is get back to what the role of the federal government is, and to back the federal government out of our lives. This country is a country where I've talked to immigrants who came here to escape socialism, communism, and tyranny. They came to a country where they could have true freedom and to have success in the manner that they felt best suited their lives within the boundaries of the law. And that's what we need to get back to. We need to shrink the size of our federal government and let people be free. Let them be free to pursue their dreams. Let them be free to worship God in any way that they want, to get back to our freedom of speech. And the only way we're going to do that is to get constitutional conservatives in Washington, D.C. who are solid believers.
Well, thank you, Jo Rae. Blessings to you, and thanks for being in the race, and thanks for sacrificing it all to get out there, and best to you. And as we know, today is the last day to register, so hopefully folks get registered to vote, and we have a good turnout this primary season.
Absolutely. Thank you, Perry. Have a blessed day.
You too. All right. We'll be right back.